The most popular, and arguably the most successful of FDR's relief programs, was the Civilian Conservation Corps, or CCC. FDR was painfully aware of the enormous unemployment that plagued the country, and realized that he needed to create a system that gave the unemployed something to do. Thus the CCC was born. CCC looked for unemployed young men and took them to essentially labor camps. The workers were given room and board, as well as access to medical supplies and a $30 monthly allowance. At its largest, the CCC employed a total of 500,000 men, and a total of nearly 3 million worked with the CCC at some point in their lives.
I went in the room and sat down. They were signing the papers, and everything. And the lady says, "Aren't you going to go?" I said, "What's it all about?" She said, "Well, these kids are headed north." He said, "They're going to go into CCC camp." I said, "They are?" I said, "Well, that's a good time for me to sign up too." I got a phone call. "Come to Birmingham, you're signed up, ready to go." So I found them over at Fort McClellan, Alabama.
The men were involved in over 100 different types of work throughout the country.
You had trades. You learn a lot of things. How to use hand tools and improvement cutting, how to build head walls.
At 8 o'clock you would line up and divide the guys up and form in a different form. Bill Long, you'd have maybe he would be on a gooseberry detail or something like that, or next guy would be on trails. We had different trails going. Then they were even, after a bit, they started the survey too for different trails. We got $30 a month. We got $1 a day, but out of the 30, 25 went home and we got 5.
And in creating this Civilian Conservation Corps, we are killing 2 birds with 1 stone. We are clearly enhancing the value of our natural resources, and at the same time we are relieving an appreciable amount of actual...
The CCC, however, did not just supply jobs for the unemployed. FDR realized that the unbridled economic development of the 10s and 20s had had an enormously negative effect on the land. With the CCC, FDR was able to effectively kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and give the unemployed jobs while also restoring the land to its natural beauty. The CCC was able to create fire and erosion control for the future, while helping to repair the damage that previous generations had done. A good example of this took place in the Blue Ridge Mountains, west of Washington, D.C. The CCC put roads and other infrastructure through the mountains, many of which are still in use today. The work done by the CCC led to the creation, protection, and enhancement of the Great Smoky Mountains and the Shenandoah National Parks.
However, the CCC was not perfect. Workers at the CCC camps were given, as mentioned before, an allowance, food, housing, and medical supplies. The money to pay for this had to come from somewhere, and that somewhere happened to be the government. Furthermore, the roads and other infrastructure that the CCC constructed required raw materials, another costly expense. Although we were unable to find an exact figure for the debt created, it is estimated to be at least $3 billion. That said, the infrastructure that the CCC created certainly managed to pay for itself in the years to come, and the work ethic that the CCC instilled in its young recruits was invaluable. Thus, it is pretty safe to conclude that the CCC eventually paid for itself.
It is 3 months, my friends, since I have talked with the people of this country about our national problems. But during this period, many things have happened. And I am glad to say that the major part of them have greatly helped the well-being of the average citizen.
The CCC was able to put millions of young men to work, as well as to restore America's natural beauty. The CCC was also able to eventually, as far as we can tell, pay for itself. Because FDR himself, as well as his endeavors, were tangible to the people, he was adored by millions, and they showed it.
You and you and you and you've got a president now. He gave the land a new deal. You hold the cards, now you deal. You and you and you and you put shoulders to the plow. He gave us what we asked for, now pay him back somehow. Step out in front.